Well, good morning, everybody. This is Dear Mama Sal on a rainy Thursday morning. Yay, Thursday. It's 12 degrees here in southern British Columbia, which would make it 53 in American. And it's yay Thursday. For those of you who don't know, I don't work on Fridays, so Thursday is my Friday. And I thoroughly enjoy that thought. I haven't got my watch on today. I took it off to charge it and clean forgot to put it back on again, so that was going to feel really strange today because I'm so used to taking my stats sort of every hour during the day to keep me moving and know where I'm at. So the good news is that I will not know where I was at any time today, so if I don't put the watch on at all, I won't have to compare myself with anything. Except all my averages will drop, which will... Maybe that's the gift. You got to look at it, but maybe that was the gift. I don't know. Anyway, I totally messed up here, but that's okay. The subject I wanted to talk to you about today was inspiration, and in terms of role models and in terms of what we do for ourselves. You know, we were talking during the week a little bit about our social life and how to feel better about yourself, how to treat yourself as well as you treat others and things like that. But here is the whole thing. My question to you is, what do you do to inspire yourself? And, you know, I understand that for some of you, you listen to me every morning or evening or whenever, and I thank you for that. And by the way, did you click on the ads? Think about that. If you click on the ads, I actually might make some money at this. Just occasionally. Like once a day. Anyway, what I'm saying is that, you know, some of you do this, but what I was thinking about was all my life, whenever I've been down, and I've been pretty down in my time, I knew I was getting better when I started to do things to inspire myself, to motivate myself, to challenge myself, to get achievements for myself. And I believe that's looking after yourself the same as you would look after others, and that's loving yourself. Because if you're waiting for a third party to do that for you, be that a husband or a wife or a mother or a father or a sister or a brother, if you're waiting for somebody else to complete your day, if you're waiting for somebody else to make you feel good, then you're a victim to that person. And also, I understand that you get the wonderful opportunity to blame it all on them too. Oh, well, I would have had a good day, but George didn't wake me up on time. Or I would have had a good day, but, you know, You know, who do you use as your excuse? Part of what I believe is when we understand that we are our own inspiration, we are responsible for looking after ourselves, we're responsible for motivating ourselves, we're responsible for treating ourselves as well as we treat others. That is a choice. We make that choice every day. Now, this is not a miracle of some sort, you know, that some people get it better than others. It's like, do you make the time to look after yourself? Whatever that might look like for you, and do you make the time to inspire yourself? I don't mind telling you that every now and then I get really despondent about DearMamaSal. And here we are on our way to 500,000 views. You know, we're less than 50,000 away from 500,000 now. And I still get despondent about DearMamaSal every now and then. I still wonder whether I'm doing the right thing. I still wonder whether, you know, there are moments where I go through that. And then I remember that that's quite normal. That's how you work out whether you're a survivor or not, whether you are a victim or a victor. You know, you every now and then you look at it and you go, wow, is this what I want to be doing? And then I normally find that I do that if I've been comparing myself with people. I mean, I can look at Benji and Judy, who have between them viewers in the hundreds of millions, you know, and if I compare myself with them, I mean, how can I be anything but totally demotivated? You know what I mean? I'm comparing apples to rocket ships. You know, it's just not a fair comparison. So what do I do to inspire myself? That's my question. And what do you do to inspire yourself will be the question later. But so what do I do to inspire myself? Well, I do try to spend a little bit of time online, funnily enough, finding stories that I like. When I say stories that I like to find stories about people who really have a lot of excuses and didn't use them. I don't know if any of you have seen, I can't remember his name, the motivational speaker without arms or legs. I want to tell you, you watch that guy for an hour and you can't help but go, okay, let me get off my doofus here and go do something, right? Because what he achieves without any arms and legs, it's just mind-blowing. Yeah, I found after watching him, I was so grateful to be able to lean down and pick something up off the floor, or I was just so grateful for so much. And so this last week I watched something, and that's what made me think about it. I was reading a story about a football player called Derek Coleman, and he plays for the Seahawks, funnily enough. And Derek Coleman is deaf. Not a little bit, but a lot. Deaf. He cannot hear. You can imagine that there were probably a lot of people in his life who didn't think that a career in the NFL would be a possibility. You can imagine people saying, yeah, you may like to play, but nobody's ever going to pick a deaf player. And you know, when you read his story, he wasn't interested in them not thinking he could do it. You know, he realized everybody was entitled to their opinion, but he intended to play for the NFL. And you know, as you read his story and what he went through, it was quite amazing. And then when you read his story and hear about how he was picked, you had to give the Seahawks credit for seeing this guy. And I can imagine the coaches and the spotters, whatever they call them, the scouts, coming back and saying, hey, we've got this kid. I can't remember what school he was from, but we've got this kid that we think is really good. And you know, you have to wonder, sorry, I'm distracted here, we've got a police car up ahead. Oh, I think he's going to go. In which case, I might be able to get back in line. Anyway, when I read his story, I came away going, wow, can you imagine how many people told him he couldn't do it? You know, that's what I could think about. How many people said to him, there's no way you're ever going to make it to the bigs? And all it took was one person, and I hope you do. And if you don't, you're probably going, oh, well, I would be fine, except I don't have that person. Well, hello, how do you get that person? How do you do that? Well, you have to be social. When I say you have to be social, you can't do it sitting in your house with the doors shut tight and not meeting anybody and not interacting with human beings. And sure, you might do it on the internet. To be fair, you might do it there. But you know, there comes a time when you want when I say a real live one, I know that a lot of relationships online, supportive relationships, are very real, and believe me, I know, because we provide them. But what I'm saying is, every now and then you want somebody who you can hug. You know, somebody you can have coffee with, somebody that you know believes in you. One of the most important things, I believe, is to give to the world that you want. Let me say that again. Give to the world that you wish to receive. So if you want to be somebody who has a cheerleader, somebody who believes in them, be that person for somebody else. It is one of the greatest things to do, is to give to the world what you are missing. And to me, when I first heard that, I went, what? Because, you know, I'm dumb. Huh? And I just couldn't understand what they meant. But I mean, if you're lonely, go and be a friend to somebody else. Stop being selfish. Go find a lonely person and go and be a friend to that person. Yeah, sorry, we got a person who didn't understand what a turn left signal meant. The truck driver was not very amused. So go and be a friend to somebody. Or if you want to be inspired, inspire somebody else. And in doing that, you will get the same benefit from my experience. You will get the same benefit as if somebody had inspired you, because you will get the same endorphin rush, you will get the same feeling of having made a difference. That's all the same feelings. So if you want to be inspired, be inspiring to somebody. I assure you that every morning when I get into my car, I do not feel very inspiring. I'm not a morning person. Every morning when I get into my car and turn on the camera, I wish I could tell you that I'm always feeling absolutely bright and sparky and all the rest. No, I'm not. Right? Like this morning, for some reason, I slept straight through my alarms. And as you know, I struggle enough on that score at the best of times. So was I beating up on myself? How stupid was that? Yes, I did. But that's not going to get me to work. And then there's part of you that goes, maybe I should call in sick. Turn over, go back to sleep. And then you go, really? That's not very ethical. And I believe in karma, so if I do that, I'm likely to get sick when I don't want to. So look at it and go, what have you done to inspire yourself? If we talk about loving ourselves the way we love other people, do we give ourselves as much time as we give to other people? If somebody phoned you up today and said, I really need some support right now, would you give it to them? Would you make time for them? Because if so, then you have time to look after yourself. All you really need to do is to give yourself some more time. And what does looking after yourself mean? Well, it depends. Loving yourself the way you love others was what I did when I stopped broadcasting on Saturdays, to give myself a straight day where I could rest. When I say a straight day, I wanted a day that I could go out and meet friends and not have to worry about getting back on time for a broadcast. I wanted a day where I was not feeling that I had to do something for DearMamaSal. Now, the funny thing is, I still do things for DearMamaSal on that day, because I'm free. Now, go work that one out. Because I'm free, I think, what would I like to do today? And then I nearly always say, and would the peeps like to see me do that? And the answer is normally, yes, of course they would. Really look at your life and ask yourself, are you a cheerleader for everybody else but not for yourself? Do you stand up for everybody else but not for yourself? Do you make time for everybody else but not for yourself? Well, hello? I should feel sorry for you? Because if the answer to that is yes, then you are a victim. Because you are capable of looking after yourself. The only problem is, for a lot of us, we've been taught that that is selfish or egotistical or all these other little labels that society have put around us. I can assure you, when I stopped broadcasting on Saturdays, I fought with that for many, many weeks. And eventually, one day I said, this is absolute BS. I need a day. I need a day. Otherwise, I am a victim. If I cannot control my life to free up a day, then I am a victim. And I've been there and done that, and I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it. So with lots of love, I hope you hear what I'm saying, with lots of love, if you cannot be good to yourself, now, don't get me wrong, I know some of you are physically incapable of being good to yourself. But you know, that doesn't stop you from getting meditation tapes and visualizing the perfect looking after yourself that you can imagine. It doesn't stop you from listening to music and dancing in your mind. It doesn't stop you from doing what you want to do. You know, there's so many incredible things that we can do today with the technology that we have. I remember once being asked to have a look at Second Life as a program on the internet, and have a look at that altered reality, if you like. It's, you know, it literally is a second life. And you know, it was strange because part of me went, woo, you know, people are doing strange things here. But you know, it was, once I got over that, I went looking for what can I do that is amazing. And I was literally riding horses underwater. I was, you know, doing sort of really weird things just because you could. I was flying. I was doing, you know, I was flying with my body, not with the plane. I was doing all sorts of incredible things. And I want to tell you something. I felt good. I felt really inspired by that. Now, did I also find there was a really dark side to that program? Yes. And I didn't particularly like that side of it, so I left it. But what I'm trying to say here is, what do you need to make you feel loved? What do you need to make you know, what would your best friend do for you if you had a best friend from heaven? You know what I mean? Your guardian angel, what would they do for you? Would they take you to a spa? Give you the day off? Well, why don't you be your own guardian angel? You know, and the reason is because we don't think we're important enough. So when I think about Derek Coleman playing in the NFL, there is one thing I am pretty darn sure of. He believed that he was worthy. He believed that even with being deaf, that if he played well enough, he could make it. That people would find a way to accommodate him, and they have. And he manages to lip read and watch body language and do all those things, you know, complete with a helmet on and all the other. Seriously? Thank you. All the other excuses that, you know, would make it impossible for a lot of people. He just wanted it so badly. And I find that inspiring. Do you want it badly enough to do it? Do you want to look after yourself badly enough to do it? Do you want to love yourself as much as you love others? And if so, do it. This is DearMamaSal saying thank you for listening. Big subject today. Hope it made some sense. Bye-bye for now.